Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. We got 3 more battles to play this month, March 1960. So let's get on with the first one. It's pretty simple. It's a light cruiser versus a DD. But the DD is almost the size of a light cruiser and a lot more expensive, actually. It's also marginally faster. So I think I got this, but it's a pretty tough DD. I fought them before. They do not go down easily. Let's see. Let's just find it. It shouldn't try to run away. Which, again, it's one of the best changes to the game in recent times. Making so that if you do get a battle with the AI, that means they already failed their runaway check, or didn't attempt to. And as such, they're not going to try to run away. And you do get a battle. What kind of armor did you have? 1.5. Which isn't much. Oh, I actually scored a hit already. Which isn't much. But it does mean that even with AP, I need to close to pretty close range to actually penetrate. And I need to penetrate to cause flooding to make it easier to hit. Yeah, it's got 1.5 all over. I got 4.1 on my belts, but only 1 on the superstructure, which is probably why, and even less on the extended decks. But so far I'm winning the shootout. Not quite in torpedo range. It keeps trying to kite away, which it is able to. It's got a 0.6 knot speed advantage. Let's get more of my guns online. There we go. Launched some torpedoes. There they are. You're out of torps now. There we go. That's the flooding. And some more flooding. There are 2 torpedoes. One of them was a dud. They reloaded very quickly. They are, oh yeah, they're only 21 inch. Let's see if I can knock out the remaining 2 torpedoes before they are launched into my ship at close range. Let's see if I can actually catch it firing. There we go. How's that for a brawl? That's basically spitting distance. And that will be the death of it. Nice. And Hezhou is in pretty good shape, all things considered. So, nice bunch of victory points there. And we also have a light cruiser to fight. Le Rosier class. 1.6 billion price tag. So again, we could get some points out of this. Less than with the DD though, because the DD was just way overpriced for what it is. But still, it's kind of slow, 27 knots. But looked like it had some pretty decent firepower. I've probably fought these before. I just don't remember its stats. Turn the torps off until I need them. And we're just gonna close in again. There we go. And we have a metal snake too. It will probably come in handy with its 7.9-inch guns. Let's take a look at this this Frenchie. Doesn't look too bad. Kind of weird secondary setup here. I think I'd push the two superstructures together, put the funnel on the aft bit, make it look a little bit better, and then rethink the secondary layout. But it's got 9 7.4-inch guns, which are not too bad, and armor is not too thick, only 1 inch, so less protection than that DD. Which means that my 6.1-inch guns can actually go through at 10,000 meters. And the 7.9s, oh, well, much longer range than that. Big 24-inch torpedoes. We do outrange it, so let's try and take advantage of that range advantage. Hezhou, you can probably go with AP. I think that will be more effective. There you go, 7.9 is going through. We're at 15 kilometers, so a little bit closer, and I could actually start going through Hezhou from Binju. But I don't think there's much of a point in that. You didn't launch torpedoes, did you? No, I don't think you did. I think we just blew them up. Kilometers. Binju wants to fire Hezhou. I do think AP is more effective here, just because it's actually able to go through and cause flooding. Come on now, can I actually select my ship, please? You may launch torpedoes if you want to. There you go. And it is slowing down. Poor thing. Are we actually gonna see some torpedo hits? let's get closer now. Yeah, already turned the torpedoes on Hezhou, and she's the only one with torps here, so torpedoes did not hit, but I think we're gonna sink this anyway. Not much left. There we go. Sinks due to heavy flooding. I'm gonna guess that's mostly down to the 7.9s. Alright. And there is, of course, one more meeting, and I think we're about to get revenge on all of those Austrian cruisers. Here we go. Yes, our old friends. That proved kind of hard to sink with my own heavy cruisers. This time, I got 2 Beijings and a trio of actually Austrian DDs, so they're gonna be put to use against their former masters. Alright. So these Austrian DDs, not as fast as my own DDs. But I did give them some very decent torpedo armament. Your guns are getting turned off for now. You don't need to start wasting ammunition at 40 kilometers. We can safely close in. To what kind of range do their heavy cruisers have on their let's say 30 kilometers. This is safe range for my my battle cruisers. We're gonna open up with the DDs though, as per usual. We're 30 kilometers away from Styria. I could probably get even closer than that, because these guys are actually slower than my Beijings. "24 kilometers. I got a 23-kilometer torpedo range. And we're going to be launching 10 torpedoes from each of my 3 DDs. And we are launching now. I think those 2 shells are going to hit the D6. But that is okay. Yes, I think that's the targeting I want. Maybe you can cluster Neuburg. You can target Spalato. Yes. Oh, those 2 shells did not hit. There we go. Fish in the water. Let's remember to turn the torps off this time, so they're not launched all willy-nilly. Now the battlecruisers are allowed to open up with their main guns. And their secondaries. What kind of armor are we looking at? 1.4 mostly. The heavies got 4.6 on the main belts. So that's decent. 1.6 most other places. Okay, you already picked another target, did you? I did not tell you to do that. Actually, secondaries on the DD. And I think my torpedoes will do some stuff. There we go. We're getting torpedo hits. Getting good torpedo hits. 5 so far. 7. I'm gonna see 8. No. 7 is not too bad. And with the DDs in good shape, we can do that again. Okay, both of you now target Spalato. Secondaries on the Jamas. Got some solitary torpedoes coming in here. Beijing is taking a pummeling. Didn't get closer than we needed to. My attempts at saving ammunition might cost me a ship. I don't think so though. I think Beijing is going to be fine. Even though she has taken a lot of damage from partial pens. Thanks to her not amazing resistance. Just Chinese things. That's why I'm building some new battlecruisers. Okay, Skoka has actually dropped off all of her torpedoes, so she's no threat. Now, again, torpedo time. You, and you. Now guns on the enemy DD. Okay, you still had torpedoes left. Well, that sucks, because now you're launching torpedoes at the enemy DD, but I think that's going to be okay. I thought they'd launched all of them, but I think that's going to be okay, because it's still going to put the torps pretty much on target for hitting the rest of the enemy formation. Well, maybe not. I think we're gonna get some torpedoes though. We are currently at 8. Nine, 10. 11. Got a few torpedo hits out of that. 12. And we sink one light cruiser. Not bad. And this time the enemy force might be the ones to run out of ammunition first, because they saw combat last month. These battlecruisers did not. Admiral Spawn has 1.4 inches of armor. Six-inch guns might take care of that. Actually, main guns on that light cruiser, we're just gonna knock them out. Whatever comes closest is gonna be my target. Put the secondaries on that DD. Just get it out. There we go. One more salvo, and I think Admiral Spawn is despawning. In need of a respawn. Secondary still on the DD, main guns on Spalato. Okay, we're about to run out of HE for the 6-inch guns, actually. Well, someone is launching torpedoes? Who could that be? Oh, something. No. Do not follow. You know those torpedoes will not hit my battlecruisers. Flash fire aboard Spalato. Next target, the Brecken, because Spalato is sinking. Yes. Secondaries on Temis. My two DDs will take care of the enemy DD. Pretty sure they're capable of doing that. They only have 4.7-inch guns though. But even so, let's go with AP. And the Brecken is probably gonna sink from this. Yes. Enemy DD. Sank. Oh yeah, heavy cruisers are the ones launching single torpedoes. Good to know. They're being launched towards my DDs. That's fine. We're now out of AP for the main guns. While the Beijing class has its shortcomings, I certainly do appreciate that maneuverability. As long as I'm paying attention, it's pretty easy to avoid torpedoes. Damage goes down. And again, I don't think we have enough ammo to sink all of the enemy cruisers. But I think we can get the Sevenito and these two light cruisers, Sapel and Jamos. Whatever. Auto on the secondaries. Let's just fire off the remaining HE ammo. And at this range, my HE from the main guns is going through. Now, Shamos. And I guess secondaries on satellite. Could also target one each. That would probably work just as well. But I want to target the Jamos first, because satellite is the one going the slowest, so she's keeping Jamos back. So those 12-inch HE shells are doing pretty short work out of these light cruisers. Fine, you're gonna just target one each. We might actually have ammo to, if not sink, then at least do some damage to the remaining heavy cruisers. And a couple more salvos should seal the deal. I think that's it. Yep, that is it. Let's turn this way. Now let's start approaching St. Georg. Well, Styria and Klosterneuburg are coming towards us. St. Georg is the one having taken the most damage previously. So far, I got pretty good revenge from that last battle. Let's see, are these two actually gonna engage or just skirt around like this? If they would actually just come straight at me, might have a problem. That doesn't seem to be the case. We're gonna close in a little bit more. Let's take another look at the Austrian heavy cruiser. Those are some huge turrets. Not very attractive looking, in my opinion. They look very oversized, but they are only 10.5. That's a pretty big gun for a heavy cruiser, but I got 11s on some of mine, so I'm not really in any place to criticize. Now, open fire. And those two, I think, will just get away. Unless we can sink this, like, super quick and have more ammo. Which might be the case, because those are some pretty solid hits. That might actually be it for good old St. George. That was it. So that leaves me with 98 and 120 rounds, respectively. And I'm actually going to target Klosterneuburg, even if she's completely intact, just because I'm annoyed at the prospect of her being intact. Not that much of a difference between them. Okay, why don't you switch targets? Can you just switch targets on your own? I've told you, you're not allowed to. Okay, Beijing has a full loadout of secondary ammo. Hezhou does not. What's up with that? There we go, big hits, big hits. Where are you? Explosive, triple base, super heavy, increased ammo. It's kind of explosive. Not super explosive, but kind of, what kind of turret armor? Lots of turret armor. Actually, no, I said we're gonna focus on the Klosterneuburg, but now I actually want you to target one each. Hezhou is actually out of ammo, so I think we are leaving. Beijing has 5 rounds left. Plus secondaries. 2 rounds. And we're out. And it seems the Austrians have had enough too. Yeah, both have their main towers knocked out. If only I had some more ammo. Well, we made it. No losses. Some damage taken, but no losses. And only 2 cruisers remain of the enemy task force. Yeah, I should probably have just focused on one of them. Not sure if it would have been enough to sink it, but 22.7 and 17.2 knots, so they are not catching up. Even if they wanted to. There we go. Victory! Very nice. And that was all the... I think I'm invading you, Austria. So we're not ending it yet. I want Borneo. That's actually enough for 100%. That's enough for 100. That's enough for 100. That's enough for 100. Austria, you got nothing here. These 10 DDs are going into a port. Let's try with a couple of submarines. Where did the other battlecruiser end up? It's gotta be like around here, right? Naha. Let's regroup there. Yes. Shipbuilding capacity. We're not over capacity. No. Guangdong is going to be repaired in 1 month. And anything we're building. We're building some pretty chonky battleships for Sweden and Korea. Well, actually, just for Sweden. Korea is just buying a light cruiser. 8 months for Shifan to be launched. But that's fine. Anyway, let's see. Do I need to launch an invasion this turn? Yes, I do. Of the East Philippines. So we're gonna get right on that now. Yes. And then later on Sarawak, I guess. What do you have here, US? 1 DD. 1 single DD. 1 single heavy cruiser. 1 single light cruiser. France does not have enough to stop this military conflict, I think. So they might lose Cochin China. Meanwhile, I am taking Laos. By the looks of it. The US is not taking Burma, which is great. Spain is certainly not taking Tsingtao. Nor is Austria-Hungary taking Formosa. Because they just don't have any ships to do that. France is sending a battleship. That might be an exciting fight. Is Austria-Hungary sending anything exciting to fight? Because we looked at this before, and Austria-Hungary has some pretty sizable formations just sitting here in the Adriatic. I'm not going to go over there to fight them, so I'm just assuming they might come over to me. How's Austria doing? Except for that. Decent number of ships left. Lots of battlecruisers. I'm curious to see if they are any good. The US Navy has been heavily reduced. Germany is very strong. And then, of course, there is me. Alright, let's go to April. Let's see what happens. Alright, and even with the repairs, we're not over shipbuilding capacity. France is fighting Germany, so that makes me more friendly with Germany. So it's kind of sad. I was hoping there would be a fight. But they're also fighting the Soviet Union, which I'm friendly with. So that kind of got cancelled out. A positive effect. Attacking some ports. Alright. 1 heavy cruiser, 2 DDs. It's not much, but it's a fight. And I think once again I'm just gonna use my my battleships. Because they got enough ammo to deal with this, no problem. And still have plenty left after. Just turn the torpedoes off, just in case. So we don't have any accidents. Already being spotted. There she is. We're gonna close in before firing. No point in opening fire at what is that? 40-kilometer range. So 2 on the cruiser and 1 on each of the each of the DDs. Alright. And open fire. I love the Sheehan class battleships. They're some of my best designs this campaign. Of course, now they're not hitting much. Kind of undermining what I just said. I should be able to score some hits now, though. Like that. Yeah, so this Seattle class heavy cruiser is similar enough to the the Austrian cruisers we just fought with the Beijing class battlecruisers. But the difference in firepower between a Beijing class and a Shein is just kind of extreme. What is this? Hang on. Have you made a new DD? You have. And this one's got actual torpedoes. 24-inch, 5 torpedoes. Single 5.6-inch guns, which is pretty decent. Okay. So, hopefully I've not totally underestimated these new American DDs, because that's some serious torpedo armament. Now I hope I can knock them out before they launch, which I think I'm able to. There we go. Yes. So that's something to keep in mind. The US Navy now has actual torpedoes on their DDs, not just a single tube with a, what was it, like 19-inch or something. Korean Empire wants to buy 2 of my expensive DDs. We can do that. That's gonna put me over capacity, actually. 8,500 tons. Yes, that will put me over capacity. I'm gonna do it anyway. And I cannot sell you a battlecruiser Argentina. I'm over capacity. So let's see, what can I suspend just for a month or so? Let's suspend repairs on Hezhou. There we go. That's gonna cut down on everything else. I just need to get ships out of my shipyard. Submarine. Here. Where did that DD come from? Okay, I lost both of my submarines though. that was not great. And an American light cruiser there. Do I have any heavy cruisers or something nearby? There we go. That's the Hezhou. She's being repaired. Oh, I just suspended it, but anyway, these are also being repaired. I'm just really hoping they're not going to take North Borneo from me. Keep pushing back and forth with Spain and Austria-Hungary. And I cannot reach peace with Spain because they got this naval invasion active. Not that I'm really actively fighting them, but there's an open naval invasion. What do you have here, US? Oh, one light cruiser. Oh, yeah. I was hovering over the port. But then those ships are my allies, so that's nothing to fight, really. I think what I will do is I will send the Nanning and the Wuxi, accompanied by maybe a light cruiser, up here to finally deal with these Austrians. What I should have done to begin with, instead of messing about with the Beijings. There we go. Yes, awesome. 100%. Seems the threshold to reach 100% chance to succeed really has been lowered compared to what it used to be. Also, Kafkaz. It would be funny if you could get some port strikes maybe against Spain. Or maybe sink some of their submarines. Maybe sink some French submarines and get some port strikes. Let's see what we can do. So, what's happening here? 91, 93, 61. South Vietnam has a 63% chance to succeed seceding against France. There's their battleship. We can send something to go fight it. Once this is done, I should have plenty of ships available to go fight this French battleship. Alright. June. No, May. That's how months work. And yet more meetings. Lots of them. First off, yes, we are fighting some French submarines with our captured Soviet light cruiser. Doing well. Attacking some ports. Gotta do that first. And here we go. Styria. Task force fails to escape. Yep, you will not get away. You did mean things to my cruisers a couple of months ago. Not gonna let that slide. Light cruiser, I don't need you. This is a battlecruiser job. And these got quite a bit more punch than the Beijings. Should have just sent them to begin with. Got 16-inch guns. Just a completely different league than 12-inch guns. We are being spotted though. Yeah, tower spotting on these, not the greatest, I think. "37 kilometers away. We can close in. And you had, yeah, 1.6 most places. That is certainly HE territory. So we can HE pen you. There we go. The little 10-inch guns are not doing much to my heavy battle cruisers. There we go. As you can see, totally different league than the 12-inch guns. Yeah, there's not much left now of the Austrian heavy cruiser. And one more salvo should seal the deal. Yep. There she goes. Just absolutely deleted. Nice. Alright, and we got a light cruiser on light cruiser fight. Tacoma class. Now what's this? 35 knots. That's not bad. 5.5-inch guns. Is this some kind of Atlanta type cruiser? Well, it certainly looks like a Vicksburg, which we've seen a lot of before. Built on the same hull, at least. Which is a pretty big hull for a light cruiser, but... Hezhou, taken some damage previously. I just hope that bow is going to keep it together. There we go. Tacoma class. What are you all about? Yeah, you're not really about the main gun firepower, that's for sure. But you got some torpedoes. And you're certainly not about the armor. Gen 1 radar. Oil 3, diesel 2. Yeah, I think if I were to build this, I could have made it cost like half as much. And not be much worse. So there we go. I think I want to fire AP here. 14 kilometers. Maybe HE was actually better. Even if she doesn't have that much armor, I can't reliably pen it at this range with semi-AP. So we're gonna let the incendiary HE do some work first. Damaged one of its many funnels. Knocked out some torpedoes. who's gonna run out of ammo first? Reduced ammo, but super heavy shells. Okay, so these are 127 and 329 damage. Yeah, not that much less damage, really. Better pen, though, on the AP, because it's got cap ballistic 1 instead of semi-AP. So my AP is doing a lot more damage than theirs, but it cannot pen. But they cannot pen me either, because I got more armor. And they are out of HE. Yeah, max AP. So we're gonna close in a little bit, get into the range where my semi-AP can actually start really racking up the damage. They had on the 0.6 and 0.7. Turn in a little bit more. See if I can get to within like 10,000 meters. Before running out of HE myself. Knocked out their secondary tower. And there we go. Actually causing flooding. And we've switched to AP. Well, the ship did it on its own. Which is good because now it is causing flooding. Engine damage as well. And there she goes. Good job by the Hezhou. No crew losses, actually. Did we not take any damage? We did take some damage, but apparently no crew were lost. So that's good. And I think we're gonna save this for next time, because we're at about a pretty good episode length now. And no, they did take North Borneo from me. So that's unfortunate, but at least I think I can take it back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should not be too much of a problem. It wasn't that hard to capture in the first place. So, temporary setback in the Borneo campaign. See you next time. Goodbye, and take care.